Hello, welcome back to the channel. I am BACK. I'm back. And I have a new phone, so I am gonna try it and see what it looks like. I just came back from the shops and I bought this bag of rice. It is just 5 kg. And when they told me how much it was, I was like, what the? 5 kg of rice, I bought it for 17 euros. And I was just floored because it's so expensive. It's so tiny and expensive. What on earth is going on? I don't get it. So this led me to to create today's video because I am a 9 to 5, or I was working a 9 to 5 up until a couple of months ago. And I have seen lately that there's a lot of promotion about quitting your 9 to 5 without a backup plan, or just quitting your 9 to 5 because you don't like your boss, your job, And the problem in that is things are expensive. Why the hell would you want to quit your job without a backup plan when things are expensive and you get a regular monthly income? I don't get it. So I am here to tell you today, no, don't quit your 9 to 5 without a backup plan. First, I have some alternatives I want to share with you that might possibly help you get over this initial pain and stressful period when your mind is just telling you and media is just telling you quit. Because guys, things are hard. Things are very hard, expensive. It's just really difficult in this season that we are in. So I want to give you some alternatives to quitting your 9 to 5. And I hope that you will consider this. But if you don't want to, and you just want to go ahead and quit it, then don't say I didn't tell you. Before that, I want to share some insight into how difficult things are. You probably remember, if you are a regular here, a couple of videos ago, quite a few videos ago, I shared about my friend who has been looking for work for pretty much most of this year. In fact, he started around January and we're now in December, and he hasn't got a job yet. That just goes to show you that us Gen X's, it is difficult to find a job right now. So quitting your job without a backup plan doesn't make sense. And then the worst part is that the current market, you have to look at the Gen X's versus the Gen Z's. And the current job market does not favor Gen X's. Us over 40s, 50s, the current job market does not favor us. And if you are listening to a Gen Z who has quit, then you are making a very big mistake, because there's a big difference in the age and what is going on. If you are a Gen Z, then you are probably most definitely single. You probably don't have a mortgage. You probably don't have children. So you can quit and travel and do all of those things, and you don't have any financial problems. But if you're a Gen X, then you probably have children, you have a mortgage, and you have other responsibilities. That means that quitting a job just like that and doing something that is, driving or something like that, just doesn't make sense, because your bills have to be paid. Bills have to be paid, and as I have shown, just a simple 5 kg bag of rice is just a lot of money. It's crazy. So the current job market is not favoring Gen X's. If you're in your 40s, in your 50s, the job market doesn't favor you. So quitting is, without a backup plan at least, is the worst thing you can do for yourself right now. Things are way too expensive for you to put yourself under unnecessary stress. And in addition to that, in the job market, there's just too many layoffs. I just got laid off. So I got laid off. And when you are working for so many decades, you have a lot of experiences piling up, and companies don't want to employ more mature people that have experience. They would rather employ the youngsters that they can pay so much less money. And you have AI as well. So you have AI and all of these things that can apparently do the job better than experience. So the job market is not favoring us. So if you are in a job that is paying you a regular salary, wait for my alternatives later on what to do before you jump ship. I think that people promoting quitting is such a bad idea to most people out there. Not everyone is in the same boat. And definitely don't quit and start a YouTube channel. Do it on the side. Don't quit your job and think that YouTube is going to save you, because it's not going to save you. So that's number one. So the current job market is not favoring, you right now. So don't quit. Secondly is financial security. Like I've mentioned, and as everyone knows, you have the security of getting paid at the end of the month. Now, if you are quitting without a backup plan, at least have 6 months worth of savings at the bank with some investment. Have something that you can lean on, because your electricity bills, your gas bills, your car bills, mortgage, like I said, all those bills, you can't quit them. You can't quit those. Those will continue on a monthly basis. So you need to be able to support yourself financially until you figure out what you want to do, especially if you didn't have a backup plan. And I really do believe that those people who say that they have quit without a backup plan, they do have a backup plan. Their backup plan is that they have 6 months worth of savings. They already have investments. They have planned it already. And maybe, they just decided one day that, you know what, I have everything in place. I don't need this crap from my job. I'm going to quit. But I really do not believe that anybody in their right mind would quit without something in place. Whether you have a partner that will support you or you have some savings that will keep you afloat, because the bills don't stop rolling in. They definitely don't stop rolling in. And you have to do your grocery shopping and all of these things. These things are needed. So quitting without a backup plan is a bad idea in this day and age. Then number 3 is that the value of experience that you get in a job is much more than out of a job. You can learn more hard skills, like, more responsibilities, or you can learn more soft skills, especially if you have the opportunity to go to workshops and do these, learn these soft skills on the job. For example, when I was working, I did a lot of coaching workshops to help me be able to be more relatable to my team members and also to my stakeholders, because gone are the days where people like to be told what to do, how they should do it. It is more about the coaching way of managing that is better. And it's not just about managing people, it's how you relate to people in the workplace, in the project, those kind of things. So you need to know how to communicate, relate to people in a much better way. That's just one example of some of the skills that you can gain when you are in a job. Why would you want to pay for this outside of a job? It doesn't make sense. So do not jump ship before you take all of the opportunities and learn all the skills that you can whilst in a job. Next thing, number 4. Number 4 is your mental health. I think that we misjudge our thinking, our mental capacity when we are not working and you are stressed by bills. Just imagine you quit your job and what you are looking for out there, like another job or something that doesn't come so easy, or you are not making as much money as you thought that you would make. The stress this causes is crazy. It is really difficult to be able to go from month to month not stressing about the bills that you have to pay, not stressing about groceries, not stressing about price increases. These things are things you must consider. Even if you want to downsize before you quit a job, don't, no matter what, because things don't happen just like that. It goes in stages. So as soon as you see that things are not looking the way that you want, then start planning. Start planning so that when you quit, you have some things in place. So now I want to share with you some alternatives that I have either done or I would have done if I was in a job. And the first thing is, before you quit without a backup plan, consider negotiating for flexible hours. And one of my girlfriends did this recently, and she was very lucky, and her manager agreed to give her flexible hours. And with flexible hours, it means that you can put your time, your personal time, to other things that might give you more joy, some different opportunities away from the 9 to 5 grind and work and thinking. So think about flexible working hours. Even if it's still the same at 40 hours, you could do the same 40 hours but more flexible. You can also reduce the number of hours you work rather than quitting altogether. So that's one alternative that you could consider instead of quitting without a backup plan. Then the second one I would think that you should consider as well is, what about having a short-term or long-term assignment? This is a way to learn new experiences in your workplace and have a break. And when I was working, there was a lot of opportunities for people to go on short-term assignments, change roles, and just see what it's like on the other side. You know, you work for 6 months on the other side, gain new experiences, see how other departments work, how the new role or new type of function, how they operate. That brings you new skills, but also it's a learning opportunity for you as well. It could be 6 months, it could be 3 months, it could be a year. And sometimes some companies will allow you to go to another country to actually acquire or have these long-term assignments or short-term assignments. Then number 3, I was definitely going to do this in 2025, and that would have been to take a sabbatical. And I was talking to one of my girlfriends, chatting to her on the phone, and she is just returning from an 8-month sabbatical. And if I was not working, that is definitely something that I would have considered, because I feel that at this stage in my life, I am ready to take a break, to slow down, think about and do me, and then get back into it. And what I've come to realize now that I'm not working, is so critical, important to take some time out from a 9 to 5. Take a breather, travel, do you. Just do something for you, love yourself without having to worry about, oh, next week I'm going to go back to work. But take time out. I would have taken 3 months. That was what I was planning, was to take 3 months, not knowing that I would be taking much longer than that. So yeah, take a sabbatical. That's a great opportunity. Of course, not all companies offer these alternatives, but I would like to think that majority of companies, corporate companies, would offer 1 or 2 of these. And I was fortunate enough to be in a company that all of this was on offer, so it could be done. So yeah, then my final Alternative option that you could consider is to, look for a new role internally. Sometimes people go on maternity leave, you could cover their role. People take some time out, sabbatical as well, you could cover them, gain a new experience. But you could consider alternatively to take a sidestep. So go into another role that is not a promotion, because then that might come with additional stress, but a sideways step to gain more experience or just learn something new and just explore something else. And you're still getting paid. So you don't have to put yourself in the position where you just stop working and then you have nothing. So those are the 4 alternatives that definitely I would recommend that you consider instead of quitting a 9 to 5 and just jumping ship with nothing planned. Because, as I said, don't put yourself in a bad situation that you will then end up regretting because you're stressed, you're worried. It is not worth it. Let me know in the comment section what other alternatives you would consider or that you have done in your workplace to give you that added flexibility. And let me know how it was. My girlfriend that went on an 8-month sabbatical, she was like, Choma, it's the best thing you can do for yourself. Taking that time out, and then she took 8 months off, and then she's gonna start another job. So you could also do that. You could take time out and start another job. But before you do that, make sure that you have some financial backing to keep you going so that you don't end up stressing about money, bills, paid for things whilst you're not working. There's nothing worse than taking a break and all you're doing is stressing. There's nothing worse than that. So after all I have said, let me know what you think. And if you do decide to jump ship, please take care of yourself and make sure that you have cushion, you have the support system to keep you grounded, protected, so that you don't end up in a worse state than when you were in a 9 to 5 that you want to run away from. That's the end of the video. Take care. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.